Writing descriptions. When writing descriptions, your goal is to create vivid images in the reader's mind, making characters, scenes, and emotions come to life. Descriptive writing is all about detail, using language carefully to paint a picture that the reader can see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. Here's how to make your descriptions effective and engaging. Good descriptions go beyond simple statements. Instead of just telling the reader what something looks like, descriptive writing shows them through detailed language. Use specific details. Vague descriptions are forgettable, but specific details make your writing memorable. Instead of saying, "The house was old," describe the peeling paint, the cracked windows, and the creaky floorboards. This helps the reader imagine the scene more vividly. Incorporate the five senses. Don't just focus on what things look like. Think about how they sound, smell, feel, and even taste. This makes your descriptions more immersive and engaging. Example, instead of "the garden was beautiful," you could write, "The garden was a riot of color, with roses that filled the air with a sweet, heady fragrance, and leaves that rustled softly in the gentle breeze." When describing a character, your goal is to help the reader picture them in their mind and understand their personality or mood. Physical appearance. Describe what the character looks like: hair color, eye color, height, clothing, and any distinctive features. But don't just list these traits. Weave them into the narrative. Body language and expressions. How a character moves or their facial expressions can say a lot about their mood or personality. For example, "She walked with her shoulders slumped and eyes downcast," tells the reader that the character might be feeling sad or defeated. Character traits through description. Instead of directly telling the reader that a character is kind, stubborn, or shy, show these traits through their actions, dialogue, and how they interact with the world around them. Example, instead of writing, "John was tall and strong," you could describe him like this: John towered over the crowd, his broad shoulders cutting through the sea of people as he moved with a confident, steady stride. Describing a scene is about setting the stage for your story, giving the reader a sense of place and atmosphere. Create atmosphere. The mood of a scene can be established through your choice of words. Describing a setting with dark, cold, and shadowy details can create a sense of danger or mystery, while bright, warm, and colorful details can make a scene feel safe or joyful. Show the passage of time. Descriptions can also indicate the time of day, season, or even the historical period, helping the reader understand when the scene is taking place. Use similes and metaphors. These figurative language tools can make your descriptions more vivid and creative. A simile compares two things using like or as, and a metaphor directly states that one thing is another. Example, instead of saying "the forest was dark," you could write, "The forest was a sea of shadows, where the trees stood like silent sentinels, their branches reaching out like twisted fingers." While detailed descriptions are important, it's also crucial to balance them with action. Too much description can slow down the pace of your story. Instead, sprinkle descriptions throughout your writing, using them to enhance the action or dialogue. Integrate descriptions with action. Rather than pausing the story to describe something, try to weave descriptions into the action. For example, as a character runs through the woods, describe the crunch of leaves underfoot and the branches that snag at their clothing. Example, instead of writing a separate paragraph describing the room, you could incorporate it like this: As she entered the room, the cold air hit her first, carrying the musty scent of old books. The walls were lined with shelves that sagged under the weight of forgotten tomes, and the single window let in a thin beam of sunlight that barely reached the dusty floor. Writing effective descriptions in English involves paying attention to detail and using language to create vivid, engaging images in the reader's mind. Whether you're describing a character, a scene, or an emotion, focus on specific details, incorporate the five senses, and balance your descriptions with the action in your story. By doing this, you'll make your writing more immersive and memorable for your readers.